As we move into winter, it's time to prune your fruit trees. Now, first up, let's narrow it down. The main focus is not evergreen trees like citrus, mangoes, or avocados. The evergreens are best pruned in warmer conditions. Now, the real focus is on deciduous trees. And you're thinking things like plums, peaches, nectarines, even some of those deciduous climbers, kiwi fruit are a really good example. They all benefit enormously from a prune going into the winter months. And what you're going to do is you're going to invigorate them, taking the old wood out, like this old branch that's really not doing anything productive at all. And then what you're doing is stimulating new growth from the areas that you really want to get that growth from, and most importantly, controlling the crop. So you don't have thousands of fruit, you have a good crop of fruit that's a decent size. And that's one of the great benefits of pruning this time of the year. The goal is to prune deciduous trees into a vase shape in the home garden. Now, don't worry, you don't need to be an expert, you just need to make sure that you're pruning. There's obviously a few rules. Reduce the canopy by 50%. Cut any branches that are crossing over each other out and encourage that spreading growth. It supports a large crop and keeps it closer to the ground, so you're not climbing ladders to harvest fruit. Now, grapes are a classic example. They do need to be pruned. If you don't prune them back right now, you're going to end up causing problems next season with diseases and a lack of vigour. But don't cut them back too hard. You don't want to cut them back to hardwood like that because you end up with really poor growth and of course you affect your crop. What you want to do is to take some of this long, lanky growth out, bring it just back to a reasonable size, nice and shapely, and then what's going to happen with this is you're going to end up with a nice, consistent, compact growth, but at the same time, a reasonable crop next season. You do need to prune grapes on a regular basis, even through the growing season, taking that soft growth out. But if you do that, you end up with far better crops and a lot less disease. Bigger trees like mulberries can be cut hard. Get yourself a pole pruner to allow you to take out the taller growth. This will keep you firmly on the ground and safe from possible falls. It's been, well, a warmer autumn than we're used to in my garden, and typically we'd be pruning in June. This is still late May and I haven't seen all the foliage drop yet, but it will. The real message here is June is the month to be getting out and pruning your deciduous fruit trees. It doesn't really matter how you do it. It's very important that you do it because what it'll do for the health of the tree and the crop next season will be incredible.